Alright, hello everyone, AdrenaLuke here. Welcome all to the very first episode of Dirty Driving Gran Turismo 7. This is a series that I am launching to expose dirty drivers everywhere. And this is also a series that I had while I played Gran Turismo Sport. But this is going to be episode 1 of Gran Turismo 7. There are 3 main culprits of today's video. And let's get started by showing culprit number 1. We are following the guy with the name Farquaad, who is P4 right now. So I want to show you guys exactly what kind of behavior Farquaad showed in the lobby that I hosted in my last video. So let's get straight to it. So we're starting off here. And right off the bat he's going to do a false start. So he's already, already showing us a little bit of bad behavior already, but that's just where it begins. Watch this. When he goes into turn number 1, he's going to go full throttle all the way, try to take out as many people as he can, but it turns against him because he only kind of took out one person, but he slammed himself into the wall, and he already has a 2-second penalty. So yeah, wonderful start to the race. And that's just how things start. And you can see chaos unfolding in front of him too. There's just dirty driving all over the place. But this guy goes above and beyond with how dirty he drives compared to everybody else in the lobby. So that's why I'm highlighting him. And watch this up in the chicane. He's just gonna kind of cut all the way through it and not even try to slow down for it. So it respawns him behind it there. And I think his penalty is going to go up even higher too. Let's see, it's still at a 2-second penalty there. It should make it go higher. Is it not going to? Well, I guess him resetting on the track is a big enough of a penalty by itself, but coming up on this turn, he's also just going to go off the track yet again. And you have to wonder, does he ever take any turn properly in this? And not many people in this lobby were a big fan of this guy. I received a lot of messages after just 2 races with him, just pleading with me to ban him, or not ban him, but kick him. But I mean, speaking of banning, I'm technically going to have him, quote-unquote, banned from my lobbies from here on out. And you saw how he just swerved there to attempt to hit him, but he was so ghosted. But right up here, look what he does to Daz. Rams him completely off the track. So it's non-stop with this guy. It's non-stop. And he has a 4-second penalty again. Daz is clearly not happy back there. I don't even know what Daz back there even did to this guy to deserve that. It's really hard to try to break down what goes on in the head of someone that drives like this, really. It's very hard to try to understand why they do this stuff, so I'm not even going to begin to try to question why they do it. It's almost like trying to figure out why people just, decide to be a serial killer. It's like when people just want to be douchebags, people are just going to be douchebags. You're never going to understand why people drive like this. Look, he goes for another ram there in turn number 1 of lap number 2. He went for it and he missed. Let's do a replay. Let's go back 10 seconds there and watch this again. So Brownie 69 up there, but look at this. He was expecting him to turn. He purposely tried to ram him off there, and he missed. And now his penalty is going to go up to 6 seconds. And he's actually not going to do a second attempt on Brownie. He's going to pass him, and instead go for another attempt on Daz. Now he's going to clip the wall there. And when he clips the wall, that should have made his penalty go up even higher. I don't know why it didn't. And coming up to the chicane, is he going to brake? No. Well, he does brake, but he still cuts across the whole chicane, and it's going to make his penalty go up even higher, because who cares about track limits, right? So now his penalty goes up to 8 seconds. This guy's just, at least he takes this turn properly. He doesn't go off the track here. Yeah, but 8-second penalty, multiple rams, other ram attempts. Just fast forward here to where he serves his penalty here, and look at how long this lasts. He's serving a 10-year sentence in prison. That is a ridiculously long penalty to serve. And nothing else happens for the rest of this race, but it doesn't stop there, and I'm about to show you guys how he behaves in race number 2. So I know you guys have to be just blown away already at what you just saw. But if you thought the first race was bad, ho 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 ho! Just wait until you see this race. Oh my goodness, guys. Here we go, buckle up. Alright, entering into race 2. At least he doesn't do a false start this time. Entering into turn number 1. And here we go. You already know what he's going to do. He goes for a ram. Big surprise. So Daz is already rammed up, but he goes for a second ram. I mean, that's not much of a surprise, but it gets even worse. He already rammed Daz twice, and he rams Daz a third time. And now he's going to ram this guy. So he's rammed Daz 3 times, rammed some random person too, once. Someone's going to pull up to the side of him, and look at what he does. Oh! Who would have guessed? And now his next target is me. So he's coming up to me now. And he's going to ram me off the track too. Just, what on earth? What is going on? And he just brake checked that guy there too. See that? He purposely parked on the track to let that guy hit him. This is out of control. This is out of control. You see 3 people go off the track there ahead of him. This is, guys, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. And this is why I said if you thought last race was bad, oh my goodness. And right here, look at this. Another ram, and now he's got to serve his 5-second penalty there. And after he serves his 5-second penalty, let's skip ahead to right. Oh, we missed a ram. Hang on. I thought I could. You can't even skip ahead with this guy. You cannot even skip ahead with this guy. So it looks like he rammed that black Ferrari. Yep, right there. Boom. Man, you got to be careful not to even skip through the race with this guy because he's just back and forth. I don't even know what he did there. That's just very bizarre what he was trying to do there. I really don't know. But watch Argo up there, P9, the Porsche. He's gonna do this. Hits him so hard his car goes airborne, and they're both way into the gravel there. He's racking up a 6.5-second penalty there. How many rams did he pull off on just one single lap here? 99% of the collisions in that first lap was caused by this guy right here. This is so out of control. It's hard to even find what to say about this guy because I'm just so shocked. I'm so shocked by what I'm witnessing. I mean, what can you even say about this guy besides just being in total, utter, absolute shock? And watch this too. Bam. Can this guy pass anyone without hitting them? I don't think he can. I really don't think he can, but I can say this. This kind of behavior will not be tolerated in my lobbies that I host. And Farquaad, you are never going to see racing in my lobby ever again. And he was kicked out of the lobby right after this race because you won't believe how many people messaged me after this race telling me to kick him. But in fact, they did not even have to message me because if you remember on lap number 1, he rammed me. Is it really smart to ram the host of a lobby? Because wouldn't it be smarter to ram everybody else because then the host just has to trust their word of mouth that you did that to them? But when you ram the host of the lobby, that's where you messed up. So the fact that he rammed me was already enough, but I was already prepared to kick him out of the lobby after this race because of what he did to me. But seeing all the messages of everyone else pretty much pleading and begging me to ban him, or not ban him, but kick him out of the lobby. Guys, I'm just watching this replay. I'm in shock of how bad it is. I mean, I'm gonna have a ram counter. You know what? When I edit this later on, I'm gonna show a ram counter on the corner of the screen, and I haven't counted it yet, and I'll see if I'm right on this. Let me throw out a guess, and you guys can see how close my guess was after I edit this video. I'm guessing that, how many Rams he pulled off in this race, in this white Bugatti. Oh, and this is the same guy from last race, by the way. I didn't point that out. This is the same guy. He's just in a different car. I'm going to guess how many Rams he pulled off in this race. I'm going to say he did 14. 14 Rams. I might be guessing a little bit too high, so maybe 12. 12 or 14. Somewhere around there. Let's see if I'm right. But anyways, he was kicked out of the lobby after this, and I thought there would be clean driving after this. And for the most part, it got much more clean after this, but it still goes on, guys. Let's move on to culprit number 2. Okay, so this is going to be culprit number 2. Now, after me displaying to you guys just how bad culprit number 1 was, this is going to seem like nothing, although this is still good enough for me to include in this episode of Dirty Driving. So this is not going to be very long at all. There's not much to show at all here, especially compared to the last culprit, but this is still worth showing you guys. So let me give you a little backstory here. This was the 3rd race that I hosted in the lobby. Obviously you see me ahead of him there, AdrenaLuke. I was ahead and leading all of the first lap, and this is a 2-lap race. So I led the entire first lap, basically. I mean, I took the lead very early on. And I'm still very far ahead of him here. And I want to show you what he does in turn number 1 of the final lap. And keep in mind, I was far ahead of this guy for all of lap 1. And watch what he does here when he realizes he's not going to be able to catch up to me cleanly. He does this instead. So going across the whole front straight here, and watch what he does on turn number 1. Look at this. Pulls to the side of me, starts pushing my car, pushing, waits till I'm all the way off, and then goes ahead of me and refuses to give the position back. So even if this, by some wild scenario, if that was accidental, he could have, you know, gave my position back. And by the way, I want to also point out that he's rocking that automatic transmission, you know. Claps for you. Good job of not knowing where to even shift gears. But yeah, this isn't anything compared to the first guy, but let me make this clear. This is still despicable, okay? That's just despicable. This could have been an awesome race for me, and he has to ruin it. I mean, that is very poor sportsmanship, man. I was way ahead of you. I was way ahead of you. What was it, like 2 seconds ahead of you? And you purposely braked way late, pulled to the side of me, and then used my car to slow you down and just shove my car off the whole track there, and then not give my position back? Come on, dude. And I'm gonna say this. Obviously, this guy isn't as bad as culprit number 1. However, just like culprit number 1, you, Georgie, if that's how you pronounce your name, I have you included in a list now of usernames that if I ever see them attempt to join my lobby, I am immediately kicking them. You are never seeing the light of day in my lobbies again, buddy. What you just pulled off there is not gonna happen in my lobbies. Not gonna happen. You had your fun there. You were able to just shove me off, and when he won this race because of that. And what he did to me didn't bump me down just 1 position. It bumped me down to, I believe, 4th, if I remember correctly. And I would have won this race if he didn't do that. So, you are also officially, permanently banned from my lobbies. I'm never letting you join them anymore. And this brings us to the final culprit of the video. Let's go to culprit number 3. Alright everyone, final culprit of the video. Now this was in a lobby that I was not hosting, so assists are not disabled. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see all the assists lighting up like a Christmas tree with her. I'm assuming it's a she because the username says Miss. Now watch this. Boom, right there. Now, let's go back and watch that one more time from my perspective. So, I was driving in this point of view. I didn't go back far enough. Okay, so right here, you're seeing it from my perspective. I was in the hood view while I was in this lobby. And again, this isn't a lobby that I hosted, but watch this. So coming up to this turn here, I was just minding my own business, and bam, which knocked me off. Now, to play devil's advocate, and to be completely fair here, the way I saw it here is I thought that was a mistake. I nowhere in my mind did I think that was intentional. If it was, I don't know, but I assumed, okay, she messed up. And so I wasn't mad at her then, and I wasn't going to seek any revenge or anything, and I just let it slide. And I just continued racing, and I was still in the lead at this point. And also, with me being on the lead, what surprises me then is look at the tires I'm on, guys. I was on racing hards by mistake, and look at everyone else in the lobby. Racing softs here, softs, and softs. So everyone else is in racing softs. So I really should have been on the racing hards. But yeah, that one incident there I showed you on that turn, I assumed it was a mistake on her part. So I did not seek revenge by that point. I didn't think anything was wrong that she did. However, let's skip 2 laps ahead. So let's go to okay, I'm not sure why that button there says 1 lap ahead. I thought it would, guess that doesn't work. But, coming up into lap number 3 here. This turn is the one that she hit me on last lap, but she's not going to do it here. It's going to be the next turn. So watch this. I'm already at the apex. I'm going pretty slow, but she just goes too fast through it. Not enough room to even squeeze through, but she bangs in the back of my car, and then she shoves me wide. So let's watch that one more time. I'm slowing down for the corner. She goes in, boom, hits the back of my car, and then shoves my car wide, pushes me, and then goes past me. Doesn't give my position back after that contact, of course. That seems to be a common theme with people like this. And after that, I was pretty pissed at her, because by this point, she's hit me twice in the race. So I tried to hit her back, and I missed. Oh, I really wish I wouldn't have missed that. Guys, I don't normally seek revenge, but when she's hit me twice, that's when I'm like, okay, you know, I let the first one slide, but look at this. And technically it's 3 hits because she goes for it again there. And it was like a little push at the end there, but she hit my car hard, and then she pushes my car wide, and she doesn't slow down at all after that. Very bad sportsmanship all around. So yeah, that's why I tried to ram her there. I don't normally try to ram people unless if they really deserve it. And let's watch this from my perspective, okay? So again, I was on the hood view. So let's cycle to that. Okay, so let's see this from my perspective. Right here, I know that she's right on my tail, so I gotta claim the inside early. When you're approaching the inside early like this, rather than me overshooting, I have to actually use less throttle here than I would because I didn't approach it from the outside. And you saw how hard she hit me there. And you notice it more when you're driving, but I'm going to show it one more time before I close off the video, guys. So again, from my point of view, claiming the inside early, and I don't want to overshoot since I'm already on the inside, so I have to take this very slow, and bam, you see that? And then she shoves me wide there. And so, yeah. And when my hood disappears like that for a second, it's a glitch from the game. I don't know why, but if you hit any direction in the analog stick to look around, it makes the hood disappear. So I don't know why that is, but yep, that's it for episode 1 of Dirty Driving, guys. I would say I'm excited for this series, but you know, unfortunately, I really don't want to make a lot of episodes of this. I want the races I get in to be clean. I want the community of Gran Turismo to be clean. I do not like the fact that I have to make videos like this. I know it can be entertaining, but instead, okay, I wouldn't say instead. I'll say I know this serves as entertainment, but what I care about more is I want this series to serve as an educational series to show people what you should not do and to show what kind of impact this kind of behavior has. And how this is just not the right thing to do. That's what I want this series to be. I want this series to influence people, to persuade them away from behaving like this. I want this to try to enlighten people to try to race clean and just show that we're better than this, guys. We don't have to race like this. And I just want this series to be more of an educational series like that. And I'm aware that it serves as entertainment as well, but you get what I'm saying, guys. And that's it for this video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, as there's going to be a lot of sim racing content coming now soon. And please give this video a like if you haven't already. Race fast, race clean, and I will see you all in the next video.